JPMorgan out with a big call in the Homebuilders, saying the group is ready to turn a corner. Analysts saying the group has already priced in a recession and that a potential end to the Fed's tightening cycle in the first half of next year could be a positive catalyst. Pulte, KB Home, Lennar, KB Home. Oh, I said that already. Yeah. Sorry. All rising in today's session. KB Home. That rose too. Also KB Home. All right. Bonawyn, you keep me a close eye. You've been negative, but can you see how this argument may hold up?
At least around KB Home.
Yeah. It's a credible argument. I think a lot of times when you're talking about the data dependency of the Fed, a lot of the data is a bit lagging, and you start to see these prices trough before the data troughs. And so from that lens, I do think it makes a lot of sense. I will say that I do think some of the upside is also priced in. These names are up 20-25% since that October trough. So I think some of the steam is a bit taken out here, and I would be a little cautious in terms of stepping in here. I think that the Fed has kind of told us, despite the wide range of Fed commentary that we've gotten over the last 7 to 10 days, that we are probably going to be at this elevated level for a protracted period of time. And so with the pivot off the table, I'm not sure I'm rushing into the builders.
So it's fair. It could be as simplistic, though, as if rates come down, home builders are at least going to find a floor. And a lot of these names are down 35 to 45% since this time last year. And it's still not. It's really not a demand. The problem with housing, Tim talks about, it's a supply thing. So they have not felt the pressure yet. The stocks have. So I think if 10-year yields go to 3.5%, I think you could trade these names from the long side.
A lot of their inputs have come down also tremendously. With lumber, maybe wages have not. But there's some margin expansion there.
Well, there should be. And so that should counterbalance at least where we talk about the velocity of the housing industry is going to has ground to a halt. And I do agree with Guy, though, that there's a one brain cell trade attached to home builders that's fair. And I think the home builders who also are able to offer, in many cases, credit on their own, if rates come down a little bit, they can. The question is, how promotional are they going to be?
Yeah, we get asked questions all the time. Like, what do you do in a declining rate environment? Or, the knee-jerk reaction would be, if rates do come down meaningful, you're going to want to buy home builders, right? Like, that's kind of one of the first things. And, again, I don't know how you guys are feeling about the home lenders. We talked a lot about, kind of this inverted yield curve and what it means for lending. We talked about net interest margins when rates started going up. When I think about the banks, which we have not talked about the banks in a very long time, really, since...
Who have outperformed the market since their earnings.
Yeah.
And again, you can pick... As Carter says, you can pick your lines anywhere you want, and but at least banks have outperformed in an environment where the mortgage dynamics gotten worse, but lending spreads have gotten better.
And the only rean I bring it up, while she keeps coughing over,
we're trying to talk over.
While she keeps coughing over KB Home, I just say it's like they're kind of discounting possibly the home lending turning at some point, I guess.